Here's why. Matter cannot create experience. Matter cannot create experience because matter is just Legos, if you think about it. Matter is a billion marbles floating through space, bouncing into each other. Now, if you took a billion marbles, 100 billion marbles, and you line them up just perfectly with just the right amount of speed, just the right whatever to like perfectly like on a big scale, you got it to hit just right and they never broke, and then just keep bouncing into each other at the right perfect combination of perfection, whatever, that's just the perfect formula. Would all of a sudden they jump into an entire new level of existence where all of a sudden there's like a world inside them now? Would just think about what experience is and what experience actually means, and like how unique and in a way like bizarre experiences, because it is so bizarre. It should not exist. If all you are is atoms, aka marbles bouncing into each other in a very organized way, experience should not exist. It doesn't make any sense. How and why would an infinite amount or 100 billion marbles bouncing into each other ever generate out of nowhere an experience of colors? Let's just think about what a color is in reality. A color in reality is nothing more than a photon, aka another small marble, flying through space at light speed or whatever, 100 trillion miles a second. And it's vibrating at whatever frequency, and that's what gives away the color it's going to be. But that color is an extremely different thing than the color as I experience it. For example, red. I look at a fire truck. Now, what actually exists in the fire truck is a photon moving through space at light speed. That's it. Vibrating at whatever the heck, 20 nanometer or whatever, 20 hertz of whatever the heck. But what exists in my head is red. And that's completely different. And they're always perfectly correlated. Whenever you have that frequency in reality, you get red inside my head. But there's no reason why there should be red inside my head. And that is insane. When you actually think about it, that shows the fact that there is red inside my head, the fact that there's anything inside my head shows that my head is not just atoms. It's not just marbles bouncing into each other at the right way in the right time. Because experience is completely unnecessary, because if all you are is marbles bouncing into each other, then when you see something, all that should happen is marbles bounce into each other. But that's not the world we know. Actually, if you actually think about it, the only thing that we really truly have, and this is something a lot of like skeptical people like realize and they like kind of freak out about, the only thing that we actually truly have is experience, which is it mirrors the real world, but it isn't the real world. My experience of looking at whatever my steering wheel here is completely different than what the steering wheel is in reality. It mirrors it, and I can get information about the steering wheel, but I can never truly just encounter the steering wheel as it is. Something completely different. Image of a circle, of a steering wheel, a concept, a meaning, and everything imbued in that I have in my head whenever I think about a steering wheel is not the steering wheel itself. It's something completely different that is, it's a shadow of matter, if you think about it. But the fact that exists is crazy, because every single thing that you have and know and are and have ever thought or remembered or imagined or seen or heard or anything, every single thing you have is experience. That's all you have. And experience is completely, it mirrors reality, it mirrors the material world, but it is not the material world, and is completely and unbreachably gapped from the material world. And if you think about it, that's actually crazy, because that says without 100% without a doubt, you are not just the material world. There's something inside your head that is not just atoms, that is not just marbles. And that's crazy, because what you've been told since age 6 years old or whatever in your school is that you are nothing more than 100 billion atoms that were lined up just perfectly in the right time, in the right place, to stick to each other in the perfect combination to make something that looks like that walks around and says, I'm hungry, go get food. I want to find a girlfriend, go get girlfriend. That's what you've been told since, God, I don't want to die, don't die. That's what you've been told since you're 6 years old in school. And it's true, you are that, but you're more than that, because experience exists in you, and experience just should not exist. And the fact that it exists says that you are more than just matter, which implies a lot. So really, really, really think about this. I'm not articulating this perfectly. It's a little bit hard to articulate, but it's something that once you see it, you can't unsee it. You literally can't unsee it, because it's undeniably just so intuitively true. Yeah. So I'll say, if you want to do any more research on this, this is an extremely fascinating topic, really, really freeing. Anyway, it's called, in any kind of philosophy, if you're trying to like maybe find better ways of people who've articulated this, look just online, maybe even use chat or whatever. Look for this thing called the hard problem of consciousness. This is a very much known problem in like upper level modern philosophy. And no one has really actually ever been able to solve this, because it's not really a solvable thing, because if you actually think about it, it really very clearly says that you are immaterial. But look that up if you want to, because this is kind of one of those things that shapes the absolute foundations of the way you see the world. And it also very, 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 very much changes your role in the world. If what I'm saying is true, then you are not just a clump of atoms floating through space, randomly assigned by chance. So, yeah, go do that.